According to GameSpot, Sony could offset rising RAM costs by monetizing the PS5 install base. Ladies and gentlemen, I was so excited when I saw this story headline because it just proves my point. Because for some reason, speaking of corporate cocksucking, I've been saying on the stream, you do not want Xbox to fail. Because if they fail, that leaves PlayStation as the sole console for hardcore gamers. Because Nintendo and PlayStation, they don't necessarily compete like that. Nintendo is more focused on the family unit. PlayStation is more for the hardcore gamer. And I said, if Sony is by themselves, they are going to fuck you all over. And for some reason, Sony ponies cannot believe this shit, bruh. It applies. Yeah, I literally said it last night. It applies to all corporations, not just Sony. Just so we have an understanding. So this article is a perfect proof of this shit. Sony revealed during its latest financial results presentation that while the PS5 is selling well, pushing out 92 million units as of February 5th, the company's plan to grow software and network services revenue by monetizing the existing install base. According to an Ottoman report, the CFO, Lin Tao, addressed some concerns during the presentation about securing enough PlayStation 5s to meet the demand in wake of the ongoing memory chip shortage. Tao stated that Sony is already prepared to gather the minimum amount of memory chips necessary to meet the year-end sales season. Going forward, we intend to further negotiate with various suppliers to secure enough supply to meet the demand of our customers, Tao said, explaining that the company's goal is to minimize the impact of rising memory costs by focusing on monetizing the installed base, growing software and network services revenue. We will continue to monitor the situation while working to minimize the impact on profitability too. Translation, if you guys are not following what they're talking about from this financial report, Sony is going to do their best to buy RAM in bulk at a decent price so that they can keep the price of the PS5 down. But just in case that doesn't work out, they're letting their shareholders know we got your back. Because if we're not able to continue to sell the PS5 at the current price point of $500 and we have to mark it up because of the RAM shortage, we got a plan B. And do you know what that plan B is? To extract more resources out of you and I. The plan B is more microtransactions, jacking up the price of PS Plus. Whatever idea they can get, they are going to get more out of you. So I hope none of you got excited from this. This is bad news. They're not even trying to hide it. They're openly letting you know. So before any of you start to participate in this stupid ass console war, when you get mad when I make a joke about Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, the Minish Cap Mafia, or even Gabe Noel's big ass, just remember, they don't give a fuck about you. And I think the most concerning thing about this conversation is you understand this on a personal level. You, the listener, you understand this. When you go to work and you work that 3 a.m. shift at Walmart, the Super Walmart, the 24-hour Walmart, stocking shelves, you understand you are just a cog in the machine. And if at any point you twist your ankle, they ain't gonna give you paid leave. They're gonna fucking fire your ass. If you get sick, your mama gets sick, they're not gonna help you. They're gonna fire your ass. You understand this on a personal level. But for some reason, when I say apply that logic to your favorite game console and don't be super loyal to them, motherfuckers turn into corporate cocksuckers, man. I don't get it. Man, this 2K been there for me. When I was going through it, man, I was in the park with it, bro. I remember I was down bad on my last $5 eating ramen every night. And I was on my last ramen and I said I could get some more ramen, but I need these park cards. So I bought park cards and I started winning more. It didn't amount to anything, but you know. I can't lie. Once I stopped playing 2K and I let my PS Plus expire, I'm frugal now. I'll wait till the games are going to sell type shit. That's why I've always made the argument. I don't understand why people bitch and moan that games are $70. The reality is that even if you, the listener right now, could afford every new video game that comes out this year, you will not have enough time to play them. That's what sucks about being a fucking adult. If you on your purpose and you got your shit together and you're able to afford things, the downside is you don't even get to enjoy those things. That's capitalism. So you have to ask yourself, if you're an adult who's on their purpose and has limited time because you're working, you got family, you got kids, significant others, you got pets, you then have to ask yourself, all right, what are the 1 to 3 games that I really want to play this year? And you prioritize those, and everything else, put it on the Steam wish list, put it on the PlayStation wish list. Xbox niggas, y'all don't wish list nothing. Y'all just wait for the Game Pass because we know y'all charcuterie board gamers. We know. Taste, a little bit of salami here, a little crackers there, some cheese, maybe even some pepperoni. We know about you niggas, bro. Control yourself. It doesn't fucking matter, especially because games they're dropping in price at rapid paces. So there's no reason to be super gung-ho about every goddamn game. He said ball is life. So yeah, just some food for thought. Keep in mind, this is not a rumor. This is not what I feel. This came directly from an earnings call where Sony was talking to their shareholders. Shit, you might have been one of them shareholders if you invested in Sony. This was them talking to their shareholders, letting them know they have a plan B for the Ramageddon. And that plan B is to rob you and I even further. They said, oh, we got 92 million people on the PS5 already. What if we jacked up PS5, the PS Plus, another $10? I'll just watch TBH before I let them digitally pickpocket me. Tight shit. It is what it is, man. So that's your update. Now, to be fair, to be 100% fair, that doesn't mean this is going to happen, but they are planning. You know, tomorrow the Ramageddon could be over, but right now it doesn't look like it's going to be over. From my understanding, Elon wants to build another AI data center. We know Jeff constantly wants to build them. It seems like this AI thing is, I'm hoping low-key ChatGPT fails. That's why they introducing ads and shit. But don't be surprised if it happens, is the point I'm trying to make, because they're literally telling us. Wait, just lease a PS5 and pay the upcharge? Imagine a world where a motherfucker lease a PS5 for fucking $20 a month. Plus you got to pay extra for all the little digital shits and shit. Another $10 isn't a lot, but jumping 50, 60, that's a reach. No, see, no. I was about to move on to the next art. No, we have to change the mindset. We have to change that mindset. $10 is too much, bruh. It is. You, the consumer, has the power. This has nothing to do with gaming. I'm gonna give y'all an example of how you, the consumer, you, the people, have the power, right? Here's an example, an extreme example of how you, the people, have the power. You don't even have to say anything that's problematic. But if a certain group of people don't like what you say, all they got to do is make some phone calls, put some articles out. Matter of fact, somebody just apologized today. And that's because them, for one thing I'll give, they stick together. I'll give them that much. But why do you want to pay? So stick together. What's old boy? Do the right thing, director. Yo, chill, man. Chill. Yeah, Spike Lee. Look up what happened with Spike Lee today. The one thing I give is they stick together. The point I'm trying to make is on a smaller level. If you stick together and you say, no, I'm not paying that shit, it is going to force them. The problem is it requires us all to do it. I try to do my part. I can't force nobody else to. But one thing I will say is I try to do my best to lead by example. I've been said on this stream, if the base version, if the rumors come true for the base version of GTA 6 is $100, I'm not buying that shit day one. I'll wait for a sale. I stand on that shit. I may not make a change, but when shit gets worse, 5 years down the road and every game's $100, it'll give me the wiggle room to say, I told you niggas. You gotta lead by example, bruh. Consumerism has gotten so bad. Yeah, I feel like a lot of us don't even understand we're super consumerists, and that's affecting our lives. Like, you don't need these things, man. You don't need these things. Why are they charging $100? No. It's a rumor. It's a rumor that surfaced a few months ago, but that's not guaranteed. It's a rumor. I'm talking about a hypothetical. If this happens, this is what I would do. But anyways, next article. More evil corporation gaming news. EA Sports FC will use AI for commentary. That's right, EA Sports sporting games will continue to get worse. Problem is people are complacent. Yeah, folks is not angry enough. Real shit, not to be like the super woke friend. Just for clarification, the KD files was funny. The whole KD getting exposed for the Twitter burn account, that shit was funny. But on the flip side, I can't speak for the rest of the world, just here in America. I wish Americans were as angry at Kevin Durant as they are at the pedophiles. I'm just going to leave it at that. Just going to leave it at that, because one's, talking shit about your teammates bad, right? But it's not the worst thing in the fucking world, That's something you could come back from. Just seems like, the energy's not directed in the right place. And truthfully, as I get older, it makes me wonder, like, am I getting crazy? Am I crazy? Am I okay? I feel like in 2026, we are literally living in the Mad Real World skit. If you haven't seen it, it's on Chappelle's show. It was a skit where he did a parody of The Real World, where he took 7 of the craziest black people and put one white person in there. And the point of the skit was he was trying to say, when you're surrounded by crazy people and you're not crazy, you come across like you're crazy. So it makes me feel like I'm fucking crazy. Because I'm like you guys are a little too angry at Cat. The shit's funny. It's a meme, but it's not that fucking serious, man. Yeah, Katie got some big ass titties though. Facts. That's facts. That's facts. But back to EA. Electronic Arts is using AI to help build the commentary system in EA Sports FC 26, including replicating certain players' names and commentators. Guy Mowbray's voice with his permission. Okay, they got permission. The technology reportedly helps deal with the huge scale of the modern game, but the main match commentary is still recorded by human broadcasters. So they're gonna record a bunch of pre-recorded lines, but then the rest that they want to insert later it's probably gonna be AI. AI has long been part of our development pipeline, from animation to gameplay systems, and continues to support our teams in making better, more responsive football experiences. EA said in a statement talking to BBC, when it comes to commentary and content, it's always a collaboration with our talent, not a replacement. Commentary in sports games has changed dramatically over the past 30 years. In sports franchises from Madden to WWE 2K games, players are now immersed in every move, even blunt criticism. That's a terrible shot, Mowbray groans in one line. What were they thinking, added Sue Smith. Even though the commentators never see the matches being played at home, Mowbray says that he and Smith will need 10 different ways to say a line or a player's name to add insight or color. We have not got anything to actually watch, so there's no frame of reference when doing it. Instead, I have to picture it in my mind and think, what would I say? So the question is, how y'all feel about this? It's good that they got permission. I'll give them that much. I guess my concern with this is like, are they getting paid royalties? Because like, let's say the next FIFA comes out, right? And it's the greatest selling FIFA in FIFA history. It sells so much for like the next 2-3 years. Like it's just selling like hotcakes because there's some revolutionary gameplay. Are these people being paid for it? Or are you just going to keep milking their name and putting out updates? I feel like that's the part they're not really thinking about. Because what this allows is it allows them to put out updates nonstop without having to pay anybody. I hope they read the fine print. Yeah. Not a problem in my opinion, but it's a slippery slope. Yeah, that's how I feel. They got permission, but that's a good way of putting it. I feel like this is a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. Also, too, it could hurt the quality of the game. Now, I don't know the current quality. I still call it FIFA. I know it's called FC, but we know what this shit is, bro. Who plays FIFA right now? Who's playing the modern one? What's the current quality of the commentary? Has it gone down? I'd be worried too it brings down the quality of the game, because the problem with cloning voices in AI is like it has a very monotone like kind of thing to it. It could go either way. How long until full replacement? Yeah, that's how I feel too. It's a slippery slope. I'd be worried it doesn't have the energy, the drama that it brings. Yeah, the no emotion. I've heard clone voices and like it'll sound like the person, but then it doesn't sound like the person. It's missing that human element, bruh. They think they slick. Hey, Dooms, let me ask you a question. How long before you think 2K start doing this shit? Because you know it's coming. When Ronnie gonna start doing this shit, bruh? When someone scores, you want that excitement? Pretty much. I have the commentary muted. He said, man. So I say all that to say this. If you are a fan of the FIFA series, they have confirmed that they will begin using AI voices in their game. If you feel like the game is a little bit off, that's why. But they're going to do it when he needs a new wig. That shit is fucking funny. Speaking of NBA 2K, breaking news, guys. Breaking fucking news. We all know the average 2K player hasn't gone to college. They're too busy trying to make it out their mama's basement. Matter of fact, the average 2K player, they're that person that says, I don't need college because fucking Bill Gates didn't go to college and Steve Jobs didn't go to college. Which, you know, is a fair take. You don't need college. I didn't finish college, to be fair, but it always feels like that's coming out of the mouths of people who shouldn't be saying that shit. But anyways, they're finally going to get a chance to attend that university that they always wanted to go to. And it's all thanks to NBA 2K. They tweeted out today, class is in session. We are already prepping for freshman year starting early 2027, but we aren't making you wait to hit the hardwood. We're bringing the collegiate spirit to season 5 starting this Friday. Look out all season long for a new college-themed content in both my career and my team, including player cards, jerseys, mascots, and more from 16 powerhouse universities. The full breakdown in season 5, courtside report, and more coming in 2027. Translation, don't expect anything but teams like Duke and North Carolina and shit like that. But let's check out the new trailer that they got. Y'all let me know. Y'all excited about this? Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. We undefeated, still number one. Come home with a trophy, it's all that I know. It's all that I know. We undefeated. I know it's a 2K player right now watching this trailer. They said, ooh, I can't wait to whip out my Chrono Zen and play this shit, bro. Still number one. So pass me the rock. Let me show you why we number one. Jumping up with a hi-hat and drum, I start coming through, yeah, the clip. Hamilton Station. About that you want some, but you don't want none. We come with the broom. Competition, they look like they bad, and I can tell that. Do I think this is the response to that EA game that got canceled? I hope not. And if it is, EA pussy for fucking canceling the game if this is it. Because I'm going to be honest, this ain't nothing but a skin update. I can't stress enough. This isn't adding anything to the game. They just added some jerseys and player cards. We coming to play no games. You gon' know the name when the stadium shouted. I kill them when I hop on the track and I hit it with the flow and I make it look easy. You know when I come from the back and we knock down the door and they still can't believe it. I'm here to win. Ain't no talking, no we enough friends. Please get back, ain't no shaking my hand. Got my foot on your neck to the end. Let me remind you it's game day. No, we don't do gameplay. Show your colors and support. You and your squad can get it the same day. How are we supposed to show our colors and support when y'all only got 16 schools in the game? Where they all lay? Come on, around on the other day, but no sir, not on game day. I want like that, leave it all on the field. Make sure they know that it's real. I do not care about none of your feelings. It's not into making a deal. We leave it all on the field. Make sure they know that it's real. I do not care about none of your feelings. It's not into making a deal. Oh, you know what? Maybe they only launching with 16 schools because don't they have to pay the players now because of the NIL? That actually might be the reason. And we know they want to maximize the profit. So that actually might be the reason, Chet. We might have just figured it out, man. Oh, shit. We undefeated. Still number one. The college Draymond Green. The college De'Aaron Fox. This sounds like an AI generated rap song. Texas KD. I ain't gonna hold you. This KD is actually a great example of this shit is just a skin. Where's he at? Actually, Draymond Green too. Now, I remember, like, this is just a skin. They just put the Texas jersey on him, but this is still NBA KD. Because if I remember correctly, I remember when KD was in college, this nigga didn't have, like, he had a baby face, didn't he? Am I bugging? KD Texas highlights. It was hella. Yeah, look, I don't even got to play the damn video. That nigga didn't have no facial hair. And they did it with Draymond. This shit is just a skin. This is fucking funny, dude. They're not. Could you at least give him a player model? You know? Can we at least? Can we do that? Come home with a trophy is all that I know. We undefeated. Still number one. The only reason they have babyface Kevin here is because they literally just took a picture off of Google and cropped that shit, bruh. It's fucking funny. Access 40 additional earnable premium rewards and 4 automatics. Just lazy, bro. I wouldn't get too excited about this chat. But hey, you know, that's something. The question is, will this latest update, will it answer the problem with the cheaters? Because the game is plagued with cheaters. Who cares? You got all this college shit if people can't enjoy the game for what it is. This rap style is the millennial man bun rap music. It sounds AI generated. What is millennial man bun rap music? Can you name me like an artist? I don't know what you're talking about. Because when you say millennial rap, I think of Wale, J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick. Do you want me to go on? Big Sean. Don't get me started on you Gen Z niggas. What are you talking about? Logic don't got a man bun. What? You said Russ? Russ is not a millennial artist. He didn't come out in them 2010s like that. Even still, I'll give you that. That's one. I wouldn't really consider him part of that bracket. He came like a little bit after, but that's one, I guess. Does Russ make music like that? I never listened to Russ music before. The only thing I've ever seen Russ do is beef with niggas, bro. I never listened to his music. You said not much on Gen Z? Oh, I could go all day. Be making that fake ass rage emo music, bro. You niggas are scared to listen to grunge, so you listen to that shit instead. Riff Raff, oh Lord. So yeah, that's your update. It is what it is, man. Kid Rock is Gen Z. Not Gen Z, Gen X, my bad. Kid Rock is Gen X. That ain't my generation. Kid Rock, that's crazy. Other news. If you were looking forward to Starfield 2.0, I don't know why. It's not happening anytime soon. Starfield's next big update isn't a 2.0 reboot. It's for people who already love the game. Sorry, folks, the rumored Starfield 2.0 update isn't happening. While the 2023 space RPG that came out in 2023? It's been 3 years, chat? Holy shit. 26, what the fuck? Space RPG, I feel like it just came out yesterday. Is getting a big update in the near future. Bethesda's creative director Todd Howard threw cold water on the rumors for the big 2.0 like overhaul for Starfield. He said shut that shit down real quick. On February 18th, as part of a larger interview with Kinda Funny about Bethesda and his games, Howard talked about what's coming for Starfield. As pointed out by host Greg Miller, he and other content creators had already seen the next big update as part of a preview event months ago, and he asked why that content was still under embargo. According to Howard, Bethesda was focused on Fallout and the big Fallout 76 updates last year and early this year because of the show. But now the studio is refocused on Starfield. You're breathing on my elbow, dude. Obviously, we're working on a lot of Starfield content. I can tell everybody we're going to be talking about the new content really soon. We're moving into a phase where we're ready to talk about Starfield and really show that it's in the right way. What's coming to this game. We've been doing a lot of work and what we like, and we like it a lot. My bad, I cannot fucking read, bro. Translation. Between Fallout 76 and the Fallout TV show, that's what's making them money, and that's what they're focused on. That's what they're focused on. They said we'll get to Starfield later. That shit don't make us no money. However, Howard made it clear that the folks shouldn't expect some grand overhaul of Starfield, bluntly telling Miller and viewers that the update is not Starfield 2.0. You know, I've seen some of that. So for expectation settings, I think it's the kind of thing where if you love Starfield, we think you're going to love this. It's updates and things that change the game, not in an isolated way, but sort of meta, using outer space and things in ways that we haven't seen. Howard also acknowledged that for people who didn't like Starfield, this update likely won't change that, adding, but look, if Starfield isn't something that didn't connect with you right away or bounced off of it or found it boring in places, I don't think this is going to change that fundamentally. You know, I respect the honesty, at least. I respect the honesty. I was actually curious to see what a Starfield 2.0 would look like. They have the resources to turn around the ship and impress people, but if he's saying that this update is nothing to go phone home about unless you're already a fan of the series, chat.
Man, I'm gonna play this off stream, man. We're gonna finish this mission up off stream.
Look, guys, I know it sucks, so just stay away. Imagine being a developer on this game and hearing the head of your studio say that shit. It's not that good. Like, yeah, you slaving away at that computer, drinking all that caffeine and shit. You don't get to see your family. This nigga get on TV. It's not good. It's not. So if you want to give us your money, maybe not. I don't know. But watch the Fallout TV show. Shout out to Killer Instinct with the sub. Shout out to Gramps with the $10 super chat. He said, hi, TBH. You think you can check out the game called PUBG Blind Spot? Something different, but it's early access. Is that the extraction shooter that they're working on? I think oh, no, this is something else, I think. Early access trailer. I never heard of this shit. Let's see. Oh, you lost me. You lost me with the camera already.
Breaching. Ready to breach the wall.
It looks like Rainbow Six Siege with a bad camera.
To blind spot. Oh, actually, let's make that PUBG blind spot. It's a 5v5 PvP game from a top-down view.
Hey, I would just like to state, by the way, no shade to you, because you donated to show this trailer. But this does reinforce my argument that in order to get to the root of the problem when it comes to quality of said games, we need to stick to criticizing the mechanics, the art, you know, actual things about the game. Because a lot of people said they didn't like High Guard because they're tired of live service slop. Now, what did you just link me? Because to me, this looks like a live service game. We already showed what's the top. Look at this shit. This looks like every live service. This looks like Rainbow Six Siege, more anime style. Like I'm all I'm gonna say is I don't, maybe it doesn't apply to you. You're not tired of it, the person who donated. But I'm just using this game as to prove a point. This shit is a fucking lie. You niggas love this shit. Matter of fact, motherfuckers, yo, you need to get on Deadlock. That's the next big joint, bruh. It's different. It's okay that it's different. I'm not saying it's a bad game. The point I'm trying to make is we as people need to get better at articulating what we like and dislike in order to solve the problem or improve what's already there. People are making disingenuous arguments. Y'all are not tired of these live service games. Look at you, but it's different.
5 PvP game from a top-down view. But
I'm in the queue right now, he said.
Into the darkness lies the blind spot. You can't see them, but they can see you. Danger.
Honestly, it doesn't look bad. I just don't like cameras like this in games.
Plant the bomb. Defend the site. Haven't I played this a million times before? Well, hold that thought, because this is where we change the rules. Pick a route and let's break in. Wait, hold up. Keep it down. Use your elbow. Slip in.
Is this on mobile?
Watch every blind spot. Shields up the front. Use everything you've got. Maybe red chip amplifier this time. Then stealth mode. Ambush. Or flashbang. Ambush.
But you like BG3 though? Yeah, I did. That's the exception to the rule. Normally I don't like games like that. I like BG3 because of the choices that you get to make. That was the reason I was even hesitant to even play that game. So you gotta understand the reason I loved BG3 was the customization. Spent the hour just creating a character. The storytelling, that was more why I enjoyed it than anything. And also I like chess, so. but I didn't like the camera in BG3 to be fair.
Sector ambush. Wait, what if they're waiting
dealt
to
with it.
ambush us? As long as we've got your back, you'll clear that path eventually. All right.
I don't think people know what disingenuous means. It might be that. The average reading, I've had enough of this. The average reading level is 6th grade. That actually might be the case. People don't understand the concept of what disingenuous means. Because like the reason I bring that stuff up, not to be facetious, it's more so to like, so we can actually get to the root of the problem. Because at the end of the day, I think everybody agrees that we want a better product, right? If you want a better product, you need to get better at critiquing. The same way like asking questions is a skill too. When you hop online and you say shit bad, ooh, that's a caveman take. And a lot of people do that shit, right? Like that shit is disingenuous. That's not feedback. Say, I don't like this game for this. You don't have to write a whole novel for this reason. That way the developers can see it and maybe next time they stick their landing. That's all. That's all I'll be saying. Big words hurt small brain. This looks okay, but not my cup of tea. The Asmongold critique, man. We gotta bring back that disingenuous. We gotta bring back that fucking real critique, man. Oh shit. That shit is fucking funny, man. Bro still mad about high guard. See, that's an example right there, being disingenuous right there. Everything I just said, I just broke it down. Remember we just talked about that 6th grade reading level? Hey, drop a super chat to apologize before I ban you, nigga. I just explained to you that we need to get better at critiquing games so that we can improve games as a medium, because a lot of y'all swear games suck. And that's all you got at it. You see what I'm talking about? Ooh, boulder, fire. I feel you just wanted to share. Nah, that's all good. I appreciate it, dog. Kristen Bell has been cast as Amy Rose in Sonic 4. Yeah, anybody? Unga boonga. Unga. Kristen Bell has closed the deal to voice the character in Sonic the Hedgehog 4. The latest in the studio's hit movie based goddamn. Based on the Sega video games. I thought I said Kristen Bell. Nah. The franchise keeps adding bold-faced names to the voice cast with each entry. Bell now joins the series. Man, what? Her name sounds familiar. What is she in? Was she popular in the 90s? I feel like I know her. Kristen, let's see. Let's go to the IMDb. I think that reading level is a lot lower than you think. Shit is crazy. She was in Frozen too. Veronica Mars, Frozen. She was in Disney Speedstorm, the video game. That was pretty, decent free to play. I know Veronica Mars. Paw Patrol. Oh, she's a cop. What the fuck? She's famous for Gossip Girl too. That might be where I know her actually. Yeah, that was the show with Eva Longoria, right? Or was that something? Was that Desperate Housewives? I don't remember. I feel like at the end of Sonic 3, when she showed up, like the little bit that we heard, she sounded good. I think she'll be all right. He says same shit. Your dog's bothering you. He just likes attention. That's all. I'd talk and play with him all day. Then I boot up the stream and he just acts like he's homeless. So don't believe that shit. That's why I don't. You see, I don't acknowledge it, right? Yeah, I'm talking about you. Me and my friends are still on high guard regular. People need to start enjoying games for themselves more often. But nah, I would have the same point about any game. I'm gonna do the same thing about Marathon because I've been showing it. People are doing the same thing with Marathon. Marathon bad. Ho 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 ho. Like an example of a disingenuous argument is when I replied to the Concordian timeline thing, and I'm like, yo, y'all are going a little too hard with this hating shit. Like, if you're not interested, what happened to not being interested in something and just moving on, right? I'm not into metal music. I don't go on YouTube videos and comment on metal music. It's a waste of my fucking time. Why would I do that shit, right? And then somebody replied and he gave a disingenuous argument. He's like, you fail to understand. The real reason a lot of us hate Marathon is because they stole the art from an artist and then they used that little bit of art and they used AI to regenerate it everywhere. First of all, that's not true. From my understanding, there was an artist on the Bungie team that stole a couple pieces of art from an artist. They found who it was. He admitted to it, apologized. And then Bungie also came out and apologized to that person and they paid that artist. They rectified the situation. So I'm like, what the fuck are you mad about? They took accountability. It wasn't the whole studio. It was one dumbass on the team. They fired him, paid the artist that was stolen from, and they kept it moving. I'm like, you guys are what do you want? Like, and this is my problem with the internet, man. There's no scale in what things people do. People either like you or you're Adolf Hitler when it comes to the internet. And that shit is weird to me. That shit is fucking weird to me. There's too many games we focus on everything you hate. So I'm like, yeah, that's a disingenuous argument. We cannot get to if you genuinely dislike the game, just say what you don't like about it. I don't like the gameplay loop. I don't like extraction shooters because I don't like to be robbed or some shit like that. But when you just like the artist, I'm like, bro, that's a disingenuous. We're not getting to the root of the issue. You're just yapping, bro. I'm telling you, Elon has ruined fucking Twitter. Motherfuckers read one thing and hold on to that. Yeah, the unfortunate thing about the truth is a lot of times people prefer the lie. A story will come out, it'll get disproved or it gets cleared up, but a lot of times the main story, the allegations, those go viral, but the truth doesn't the truth doesn't get followed up and get the same amount of love, bro. And that's why I always try to do I may not always stick the landing, but I always try to do my best on this stream and make sure everybody understands that this is just a rumor. Also, if this is proven, I always try to make sure I state like this is not factual, actual, like that Sony shit was factual. They said they coming to rob you, so don't be surprised. But like if it's just an allegation, I try to make sure people understand that shit. But people will run with an allegation and just let it go crazy. That's the problem, though. It takes too much energy to debunk nonsense. But we got to do our part. We got to be vigilant, man. We got to be vigilant because that's why things are getting worse in the first place. How's everyone going in the chat? We doing good. We doing good. We just yapping. And then last but not least, God of War Sons of Sparta is officially the lowest rated God of War game in the series. Best scores being some 8, and it's only a couple. After that, it's mostly 7s and a 6. Currently, the overall Metacritic is sitting at a 69, and then a 72 Open Critic. Anybody played it? How y'all feeling about it? It doesn't mean it's a bad game. It means it's okay. It's okay. Expected. Oh my God, the ball and gun gamers don't like it. Seems fine for $30. Yeah, I'm curious at how many people actually fairly judge this game. I feel like I got to play it for myself because it does feel like this game was getting a lot of backlash because this is another thing too. You got to be wary of people who review things for what they want it to be versus what it was intended to be. That should be like let's say when Marathon comes out, right? I'm not a big fan of extraction shooters, so I'm not going to hold that over. The same reason I don't hold it over Arc Raiders. I understand I have that bias and I remove that bias from the conversation. I strictly judge it as an extraction shooter and how it operates. And I hope going into Marathon, going into Resident Evil 9, it's like Resident Evil 9 comes out next week, right? You got people that'll review Resident Evil 9 and be upset that it's not Call of Duty. And they're like, that's not how a review works. You got to review it for what the artist intended it to be. And you can state how you think they can improve on their art, but you don't reserve the right to tell them how to change the fucking painting. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, be objective. People do that shit. And I do feel like with this game, I've seen a lot of people were just upset that it wasn't a 3D, traditional 3D God of War game. And that's why I was like, I might have to catch it on sale. And see for myself, like form my own opinion. Cause like just have to accept it's a 2D Metroidvania game. If they release this on PC, I would probably play it. Yeah, I'm hoping they release it on PC and then get it like on a Steam sale. But I don't know if day one they dropped it out of nowhere. I was like, I couldn't really fit that in a schedule on that Neo 3, bro. I was calling it Disney of War. Because he's younger. Yeah, I get it. I don't know how people consume new things with a taste already on their tongue. Just angry, bruh. I haven't played it, so I can't say it's bad, but I think it's one of those things where nobody asked for this within the God of War catalog. I feel that, but it goes back to what we said a couple streams ago. When it comes to art, nobody's ever asked for anything. Nobody asked for a light bulb. I didn't ask for Ori and the Blind Forest, but I ended up loving that game. That was a 2D Metroidvania. Nobody asked for the original God of War. So that's why I said that's not a fair argument, I don't think, when it comes to reviewing things. You just have to review it for what it is. Yeah, nobody asked for Elden Ring. They could have just made Dark Souls 4. Elden Ring turned out to be great. But the difference is, people kept an open mind with Elden Ring. You see what I'm saying? Nobody asked for the car, man. We finna ride these horses, bro. I prayed for Stella Blade though. Nigga, you nasty.